Here is something nobody tells a woman over 40 about getting dressed on an ordinary day. You do not need a stylist. You do not need a closet full of new clothes. You need 10 silhouettes, the right 10, and you already own the confidence to wear every single one of them. Sis, sit with me a moment, because today we are counting down the casual dresses that stylish women over 40 reach for again and again. The ones fashion insiders love but rarely explain properly, and there is one on this list you will not be able to live without once you understand why it works. Stay with me to the very end, because number 1 is the dress every elegant woman already owns, whether she knows it or not. Number 10, the classic shirt dress. We begin with the shirt dress, and I want to tell you why this one earns its place first. It is the dress that asks nothing of you and gives you everything in return. Errands in the morning, brunch in the afternoon, a phone call you did not expect. The shirt dress carries you through all of it without a single wardrobe change. A cotton for warmer months, silk when you want a little shine. The fabric shifts, but the elegance never does. Sneakers and a crossbody bag for an easy day. Ankle boots and a wide belt cinched at the waist when you want it to read a little more polished. And can we talk about the pockets for a moment? A dress with pockets is not a small thing after 40. It is a dress that respects your time. And here is something worth sitting with before we move on. A shirt dress in a rich, deep color, worn with quiet confidence, does more for how a room reads you than almost anything else in your closet. It says composed. It says unbothered. It says a woman who does not need to raise her voice to be noticed. Number 9, the maxi dress. Next, the maxi dress. And here's what I love most about it. It is the dress that lets you look completely put together on the days you have the least energy to try. That is not laziness. Beautiful. That is wisdom. A flowing floral maxi for a warm afternoon outdoors. A solid color with bold jewelry for an evening that deserves a little drama. And if height has ever made you hesitate on a maxi dress, here is the fix nobody tells you. Look for a defined waist, or simply tie a soft knot at the hem. That one small adjustment changes the entire silhouette, and suddenly the dress is working for your frame instead of swallowing it. And can we talk for a moment about how the maxi dress pairs with your natural hair, whether you are wearing it silver, wearing it in its own beautiful texture, or somewhere on the journey between the two. Length and volume balance each other. A longer hemline gives loose, natural curls room to breathe, and a sleeker style lets the fabric do the talking. Either way, it is a full look, not just a dress. Number 8, the wrap dress. Now we arrive at the wrap dress, and sis, this one has quietly outlasted every trend that came after it. There is a reason this silhouette has never left a well-dressed woman's rotation. The tie at the waist is not decoration. It is adjustable structure, which means the dress meets your body exactly where it is on any given day, no guessing, no sizing chart to argue with. Wedges for daytime softness, strappy heels when the evening calls for something sharper. And here is a small provocation, because I promised you honesty today. Most women over 40 avoid bold prints, thinking quiet and neutral is the safer, more age-appropriate choice. I want to challenge that gently. A wrap dress in a rich, confident print does not read as trying too hard. It reads as a woman who knows exactly who she is. Wait for it, because that same confidence is exactly what we are building toward with every dress on this list. Number 7, the sweater dress. The sweater dress carries us into the colder months, and it does something few other pieces manage. It keeps you warm without ever asking you to sacrifice how put together you look. Knee-high boots for a refined, editorial finish. Ankle boots and a long coat for something quieter and more relaxed. Layer a scarf, add a statement necklace, and the same dress becomes an entirely different outfit by evening. This is the piece that carries you gracefully from autumn into the depths of winter, soft against the skin, structured enough to hold its shape. Number 6, the midi dress. At number 6, the midi dress. And this is the length that so many women discover later in life, and then wonder how they ever lived without it. It falls in that precise place between knee and ankle where a dress simply looks intentional on every body. Sandals and a sun hat for something breezy. A fitted cut, heels, and real jewelry when the occasion asks for more. Bold print or solid color. The midi dress holds its elegance either way, which is exactly why it has become a staple in so many refined, timeless wardrobes. This is also the length I recommend most often when a woman tells me she wants to feel like herself again after a season of hiding in oversized clothing. The midi does not hide you. It simply presents you well. Number 5, the A-line dress. Halfway through, and here is one I want you to really hear. The A-line dress nips gently at the waist and flares from there, and that single movement is what makes it work beautifully on nearly every body type. Linen and ballet flats for a soft, unhurried morning. Tweed or wool for an afternoon that calls for a touch more structure. This shape has remained timeless for a reason. It offers movement, comfort, and quiet sophistication all in the same breath, and it never once asks you to hide. Number 4, the slip dress. Now, the slip dress, and I will be honest with you, sis, this one gets overlooked far too often past a certain age, and that has never made sense to me. Minimalism is not the same as plainness. The slip dress is elegance stripped down to its essential line, and it becomes an entirely new piece depending on what you layer around it. A denim jacket and simple sneakers for daytime ease. A tailored blazer and strappy heels for an evening that deserves a little shine. Over a fitted turtleneck when the air turns cool. Under a soft knit sweater when you want warmth without losing the silhouette. The fabric alone adds a quiet sense of luxury to an otherwise simple day. Number 3, the sheath dress. Coming in at number 3, the sheath dress. The silhouette of a woman who does not need to explain herself to anyone in the room. It schemes the body rather than clinging to it, creating one long, lean line from shoulder to hem. Flats and a light cardigan for daytime softness. Heels and statement jewelry when evening arrives. And here is my second honest opinion for you today. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that structured, tailored pieces belong to younger women, and that softer, looser shapes are what we are supposed to graduate into. I do not believe that for a moment. A sheath dress on a woman over 40 does not read as trying to hold on to youth. It reads as a woman fully at home in her own shape. Number 2, the boho dress. At number 2, the boho dress. And this is the one that lets your spirit lead before your outfit ever does. Flowing fabric, intricate detail, a sense of ease that cannot be manufactured, only worn honestly. Flat sandals and a floppy hat for a soft daytime look. Layered jewelry and ankle boots when you want something a little more eclectic. This dress has never been about following a trend. It has always been about permission to be a little more free, a little more yourself, regardless of what year it is on the calendar. And here, before we reach the top spot, is the one thing I need you to walk away with today because I see it happen constantly, and it breaks my heart a little every time. Somewhere, a narrative took hold that a woman past 40 should start dressing quieter, smaller, more careful, as though visibility was only ever meant for youth. I want to say this plainly, sis. That narrative was never true, and it was never yours to inherit. Your presence in a room is not something to soften. It is something to wear. Number 1, the little black dress. And at the very top, exactly where it belongs, the little black dress. This is not a trend. This is architecture. It is the one piece every elegant woman already understands the value of, whether it hangs finished in her closet or exists only as an idea she has not gotten around to yet. ballet flats, and a light cardigan for something easy and daytime appropriate. Heels, bold jewelry, and suddenly the same dress is ready for a room full of people who will remember exactly how she walked in. From pearls to chunky gold, from a soft cardigan to a sharp leather jacket, the little black dress asks nothing of you except to bring yourself to it. That is why it has never gone out of style, and it never will. So tell me, which one of these is already living in your closet, and which one are you finally going to bring home? I read every single comment, so leave it below. I would love to know. And if today felt like it was speaking directly to you, this is exactly the kind of conversation we have here at Timeless Elegance 40+. Real style for women over 40, honest confidence, and a little grace along the way. Consider joining us so you never miss the next one, because here is the truth underneath everything we talked about today. Style after 40 was never about disappearing quietly into the background. It was always about walking into every room exactly as you are, rich skin, silver strands, or your own natural texture, decades of living written into the way you carry yourself, and knowing, fully and without apology, that elegance has never once had an age limit. Aging gracefully was never about doing less. It was always about choosing with more intention, dressing with more clarity, and finally understanding your own worth well enough to stop asking permission to take up space. That is the whole philosophy behind Timeless Elegance 40+, and it is the reason I show up here for you, again and again. Not to tell you who to be, but to remind you of who you already are. Until next time, sis, walk into the world like you already know exactly what you are worth. Because you do.